Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm gonna give you guys my top 10 tips to start a sneaker collection. So let's get it poppin'. If you guys are watching this video, I'm assuming that you don't have a sneaker collection or you're barely starting. Or maybe you do have a sneaker collection and you would like to absorb some knowledge, so I hope you guys are ready. In case you guys didn't know, I've been collecting sneakers for about 10 years now. I started around 7th to 8th grade in 2010, and now it's 2018. The years flew by super fast. But over the years, I learned so much when it comes to sneaker collecting, and I feel like I wish I had some of this information when I first started, so hopefully this can help you guys out. Tip number 1, buy what you like. When it comes to the sneaker game, I feel like it's very difficult to not get influenced by individuals, man. You got your celebrities, you got your friends, you got your family. Social media plays a huge role in what you think might be cool and what you think might be garbage. I'll admit that I've been caught in this kind of wave before. And you know what's cool? It's like everybody goes through that kind of stage, but I feel like you really find your roots over time and you stop following certain trends. You stop doing things that other people are doing just to experiment with yourself and find out what you actually like. So what I mean by buying what you like is try not to consider outside factors such as, you know, your peers, celebrities, and stuff like that, and really focus in on what you like about the shoe personally. Do you like the color? Do you like what it stands for? The messages? Does it make you feel good? Because at the end of the day, when you buy a pair of shoes, I'm imagining that you're buying it to make yourself feel good. When you slip those babies on, you know that you're fresh and you're on point. If your shoes don't make you feel like that right now, you're probably not buying what you like. Tip number 2, variety is key. As you guys could probably tell behind me, I have a bunch of different sneaker boxes. I got Nike, Adidas, Reebok, Saucony, Puma, you name it, I probably have it. And one of the main things I want to stress is trying out new brands could open so many more doors than you think. The two brands that I feel that are extremely slept on are Puma and Saucony. In my opinion, they offer one of the best quality sneakers for the best price possible. Now, if I never tried those brands out, I would never be able to tell you guys that. That's why I always like experimenting with new things. It's cool to be unique. It's cool to just have something that not a lot of people are, you know, going crazy over or talking about. It just gives you a sense of uniqueness. Before we even continue with this video, these tips have all been curated by myself, so these are all my personal opinions, giving you my knowledge, what I think works best. So what works for me might not necessarily work for you, but I'm just leaving those options open for you guys. Tip number 3, be patient. Patience is key when it comes to the sneaker game. At times we could be caught in this little moment where we have to get something right here and right now, and that might not necessarily be the perfect time to buy because the shoes could be at their all-time high and later on the prices dip down here. When I was younger, I would believe that if I didn't get a shoe now, it would be impossible to get it later, and it's like, man, cool down, everything's gonna be okay. Shoes come and shoes go. It is the little cycle that goes on in the sneaker game. If you don't get it now, you will find it later, and more than likely you're gonna find it for a better price. Tip number 4, try to hit for that quality over quantity. When I first got into the game, I wasn't making a lot of money. You know, I was a middle schooler, so I would try to get as many sneakers as possible for the best possible prices because I wanted to have a different shoe every single day of the week, and I figured that it would be cooler to have $500 shoes versus one shoe that's $500. So at the time I was very focused on quantity because that's what worked for my kind of lifestyle. I wanted to have a different fit every single day and just match my different shoes with different hoodies, jackets, shirts, whatever. So that's what I aimed for. And if you look back into my previous sneaker collection, I had over 200 and something pairs of shoes lined throughout my house, all different colors, all different brands. And that was my main focus, man. It was the quantity. But over the years, I've cooled it off, sold a bunch of those sneakers, and I'm focused more right now on the quality of the shoe. Basically, shoes that I feel like I'll enjoy for a very long time. Tip number 5, check your outlets. If you're like me and you like balling on a budget, outlets are a great place to check very often because they sometimes get sneakers that you wouldn't expect and you'll get it for a great price as long as you check outlets consistently. Make it a weekly routine, you know, set Fridays to check outlets, or even talk to the employees and be like, yo man, when do you guys get your shipments in? I really like what you guys have, but I would like to see what comes in when it actually comes in. And usually the employees will be dope enough to tell you, hey man, our shipments come in on Wednesday at 9. If you get here by 11, everything's gonna be on the shelves and you'll be good. So check your outlets. That's one of the best ways to get the best deals on sneakers and not pay resale price and not pay full retail price. I don't want to make this video too long, so I want to kind of condense the rest of the bullet points, but I'm gonna try to make it as juicy as possible. I got you. Tip number 6, get an additional source of income if you don't have one already. I know when YouTubers make videos, a lot of people think that we get all these sneakers for free, or we're not paying for shoes, or we make a bunch of money on YouTube, but that is not the case. Of course, it varies on a case-by-case basis, but what you gotta understand is you don't necessarily know what the other person is doing behind the scenes. When I first got into sneakers, I would do every single side job, side hustle that I could do to afford shoes. I would cut grass for people. I would resell candy at school. I would fix shoes for people at school, which is how I got into the restorations and stuff like that. Reselling is always an option. Making clothing, selling things you don't need in your house, just basic stuff like that. Just find a new way to make an additional income on the side, because when you do get into this whole game, understand that this stuff costs money, man, and it adds up very fast. Let's say each month you buy 5 shoes that cost $200 a piece. You're spending about $1,000 a month on sneakers. Multiply that by 12, you're at $12,000 a year for sneakers. And let's be honest, usually, very likely, you go over that. I believe sophomore year of college, I was buying like 30 or 40 pairs a month, and it was just getting pretty stupid and pretty expensive. So if you guys have a main source of income and you have a secondary source of income, you could kind of use that secondary source to fuel your hobby or whatever you're doing, and then your main income, you know, goes to your savings or whatever the hell you need to pay. That's just my 2 cents. It's always good to have multiple incomes coming in. Instead of getting paid by one person, it'd be dope to get paid by 8 to 10 people. Step number 7, plan your space. I have a fairly small room, and when I first started, I had to kind of figure out how to store my sneakers, I guess. And it's mainly because I didn't have these industrial sneaker racks, okay? So when you first start, you're probably gonna have like 5 to 10 shoes. Buying one of these racks doesn't really make sense because it holds at least 50 to 100 pairs, so if you have 10 on there, it kind of looks a little bit weird. So just plan your space out. Do you have room for these sneakers? How many sneakers can you buy? What is the maximum amount of space you're able to fit in the room or the area that you want to put your sneakers in? It's just cool to plan everything out and understand the area that you're working with. Just piggybacking off of that topic, tip number 8 is going to be your storage units. How are you going to want to store your sneakers? Are you going to use drop front shoe boxes from the Container Store? Are you going to use industrial racks? Are you just going to stack your boxes? Right now, I believe that I have a pretty, neat setup. At times I wish I converted from regular shoe boxes to drop fronts, just because I like the way that looks. But after you have a bunch of shoes, it makes it a little bit harder. So if you guys think that will be the perfect option for you, I would definitely go ahead and do that while your collection is small. And then whenever you buy a shoe, just get a drop front that way, instead of buying a shit ton of drop fronts for all these and then putting them in. That's a lot of work. Tip number 9 kind of relates to tip number 2, where we talked about variety, and it's to try to not buy the same shoes that are the same color or have the same colorway. Whenever I buy a shoe, I ask myself, do I already have a purple and green sneaker? Or do I have a red and black sneaker? Do they look pretty similar, or can I throw something different on with this? Or like, what is going on? Because it's kind of weird to have, let's say, 10 to 20 shoes that look exactly the same. It's almost like kind of pointless in my opinion, unless that's your favorite color or that's your favorite shoe. Like I said, it's a personal opinion, man. I like seeing different colors when it comes to my collection. And then the last tip number 10, one of the most important tips, is to wipe down your sneakers whenever you guys are done wearing them, when you put them back in the box. Doing this ensures that they stay crispy for the next time you wear it. If you guys leave dirt on the midsoles, little scuffs on the top, and all of that, man, your shoes are gonna be grimy. I like mine crispy, looking real nice, so I tend to just wipe them down real quick if they get dirty, and then I store them. Plus, in the future, it's a lot easier to sell them if they're in better condition, so it's a win-win in my opinion. So yeah, that's about it. Those were my 10 tips for anybody that's trying to start a sneaker collection. If you guys have any tips that you would like to drop that I missed, drop those comments down below. If you guys like sneaker videos and you haven't subscribed already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn those post notifications on. You can also follow me at SneakerHeadInTheBay on Instagram and Bay Area Shoehead on Snapchat if you guys haven't already. I really hope that this helped you guys out. A lot of people have been asking me for this video, so huge shout out to everybody that requested this. So I'll catch you very soon for the next video. It's your boy SneakerHeadInTheBay. I'm out. Peace.
I said I'm driving Mercedes. My windows not tinted, they look at me crazy. I ride through my city. I talk to that bitch like, look what you made me. We came from the base.